Hello students, welcome to Affairscloud. My name is Vikas. So friends, we have an application by the name Careers Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. And once you have downloaded, you can log in with your Gmail ID. And why I am suggesting you this application, because this is the one-stop solution for all the current affairs. This is the best of the best application and the platform where you can enhance your learning through help. Here you will be provided with multiple courses. Here you will be provided with multiple options of quizzes, and even you will be provided current affairs on daily basis. PDFs and quizzes will be provided to you on daily basis, both in Hindi as well as English. Here you will be provided current affairs with weekly basis and monthly basis also. Here remember, once you have done watching our video, then you can log in through this application, take out the PDF, read that PDF and go through the quizzes. That will enhance your preparation. Same you have to do for weekly and same you have to do for the monthly also. In monthly you will be provided with the top 100 important questions PDF and video also, that will enhance your learning, and it will be a very beneficial and important video for the revision perspective. And not just this friends, apart from this we also provide you banking and economic questions. We provide you state current affairs such as of Uttarakhand, UP, Tripura, Telangana, and many more. Not just this, apart from this, we also provide you topic wise current affairs, and the topics that we are providing you are really important. These topics are such as national affairs, international affairs, important days, sports, defense, science and technology, apps and web portals, obituary. These are the important topics that are being asked in various exams across India. So these are the topics that are must and should be covered and will be beneficial for the preparation of the students. So such friends, I'll highly suggest you to watch our video as they will be very beneficial for you. Hello everyone. So in this video we will be discussing important current affairs of 2nd and 3rd of July. This is an important current affairs session, so do pay attention till the end. Let's start. Before moving on friends, I want you to know that in a particular state, how many deputy chief ministers can be there? Is it 1, 2, 3 or any of the above? Like any number of deputy chief ministers can be there in a particular state. So let me know the answer below of this question. It is a very interesting current affair and it is related to an interesting news and an interesting scenario that is playing out recently. So do let me know that in a particular state, how many deputy chief ministers can be there. Correct? Let's start with our session now. First, we are talking about national affairs. Government has raised the interest rate on select small savings scheme up by 0.3% for the second quarter of fiscal year 24. So right, we are talking about select small saving schemes, right? On some selected small saving schemes, the interest rate has been hiked up by 0.3% for the second quarter. These rates are in line with the high interest rates in the banking system. Correct? The interest rate for a 5-year recurring fixed deposit, right, it has been raised by 30 basis point, that is equal to 0.3% raise, right? Earlier it was 6.2% and now it is 6.5%. Then 1-year term deposit with post office will now earn 0.1%, reaching to 6.9%, that was earlier 6.8%. And 2-year tenure for these post office schemes will give you a 7% return, that was earlier 6.9%. Correct? So coming back, interest rate on selected saving schemes has been increased by 0.3% by government in the second quarter. Next, Ministry of Defense have recently signed a contract with MDL. What is MDL? Madgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited, right? So MOD, Ministry of Defense, signed a contract with MDL for which INS, that is for which Indian naval ship they have recently signed a contract with Madgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited. Correct? It is your INS Shankush. Correct answer is option 1, INS Sankush, right? It is a subsurface killer class of submarine, and the cost of this overall contract will be around 2,725 crore rupees, and the delivery of the submarine will be in the year 2026. Correct? So INS Sankosh, this is a submarine, will be built at a cost of 2725 crore rupees. It will be delivered by 2026. It will be delivered by whom to whom? It will be delivered by Madgaon Shipbuilders Limited to Indian Navy. Correct? Important. Then remember INS Shankush, it belongs to Shishumar class of submarines and they have a speed of 22 knots. Correct? If we are talking about speed of a ship or submarine, then it is in knots or nautical miles. But if we consider the speed of aircraft, right, we consider it with Mach. That is 1 Mach is equal to speed of sound. There is a name that device that is used to measure the depth of the ocean. It is fathometer. Right? I repeat, fathometer is the device that is used to measure the depth of a ocean. Correct? So coming back, INS Sankush, it is a submarine. It will be delivered by MDL. It will be delivered by 2026. It will have a top speed of 22 knots. Next here you can see the same. Ministry of Defence signed a contract for 2,725 crore with MDL for INS Sankosh. Next, which ministry recently notified carbon credit trading scheme to develop India's first domestic carbon market? So, recently it is your power ministry, right? They have recently notified this carbon credit trading scheme for 2023. It is to develop India's first ever domestic regulated carbon credit trading scheme. This scheme was announced under the Energy Conservation Amendment Act of 2022, and this scheme was drafted by BEE, that is your Bureau of Energy Efficiency. This is a statutory body of Ministry of Power. So if ministry asked, then power ministry. If the name of statutory body is asked, then it is your BEE, right? Then next thing, remember, this carbon credit scheme will form a national steering committee. This is a technical committee, and remember, this national steering committee will consist of 20 to 22 members, and this committee will be headed by whom? It will be headed by the Secretary of the Ministry of Power and ex officio chairperson, while the Secretary for the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change will be the co-chairperson. I repeat, who will be heading this ministry? It will be headed by the Secretary of the Ministry of Power as the ex officio chairperson, while the Secretary for the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change will be the co-chairperson for this National Steering Committee that will be formed. Correct? Important. Take a note of it. Question can definitely be asked from this. Then next thing is, what is this carbon credit trading scheme? What is the reason or why we are focusing on this carbon credit trading scheme, right? We should know about this also, correct? So remember, the main aim here for this carbon credit is the value assigned to the reduction, removal or avoidance of greenhouse gas emissions, right? And it is equivalent to 1 ton of carbon dioxide equivalent. Correct? Carbon credit market in India could reach up to $200 billion by 2030 from the current market that is of $2 billion. Also, Ministry of Power recommended the notification of the greenhouse gas emission intensity targets to the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Correct? And the main aim is to set targets that will issue carbon credit certificates, and that fail to achieve the targets will meet the shortfall by purchasing the certificate from the carbon market. Next is KAPP3, that is India's first indigenous 700 megawatt nuclear reactor commenced commercial operations in Gujarat? I repeat, recently, third unit of Kakrapar Atomic Power Project, that is KAPPP, right? This 3 signifies here KAPP 3, right? This is your Kakrapar Atomic Power Project, and 3 stands for the third unit, correct? This is India's first indigenously developed 700 megawatt electric pressurized heavy water reactor, that is a nuclear power reactor, and it has started its commercial operation at the Kakrapar site, that is in Gujarat. Correct. Then remember Kakrapar project. It is composed of two 700 watt pressurized heavy water reactor. They are KAPP3 and KAPP4. Correct. Next thing, remember the reactor was built by which organization? This KAPP3 or KAPP projects were built by NPCIL, that is your that is your Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited. Correct. Then next thing, remember NPCIL plans to build 16 700 watt 16 700 megawatt power pressurized heavy water reactor in India, and remember their aim here is to develop these reactors and have granted financial and administrative sanction for them very soon, right? So 16 of these will be built by NPCIL, correct? So coming back, where is this KAPP, that is Kakrapar power project? Where is it located? It is located in your Kakrapar atomic power project. It is located in the city or the state of Gujarat. Next, what is the rank of India in the Global Peace Index? Important. We are talking about peace. We are talking about in which country the citizens are happy, they are living in peace, there is no violation or there is no violence in that particular area, correct? So first of all, which organization released this Global Peace Index? It was released by a think tank. What is the name of that think tank? It is your IEP, that is your Institute for Economics and Peace, correct? I repeat, Institute for Economics and Peace released this Global Peace Index, right? Now the next question is, what is the rank of India in this index? So India stood at 126th position in this index, and it was among 163 nations that the rank of India was 126, correct? Then this list was topped by which country? It was topped by Iceland, correct? In 2022, rank of India was 135. So we can say the rank in India has improved from 135 to 126. Correct? Then if we talk about our neighboring countries, India is far behind them. Say for example, if we talk about Bhutan, it is at 17th position. Maldives 23rd position. Nepal 79th position. China 80th position. Bangladesh 88th position. Sri Lanka at 107th position. But India, it is at 126th position. Correct? So coming back, remember this Global Peace Index, it was the 17th edition of this index. It was released by IEP, Institute for Economics and Peace. The rank of India was 126 out of 163 countries. This is in 2023, right? And in 2022, the rank of India was 135th. Correct? Let's move on. And who topped here? It was topped by Iceland. Next, which country recently became a part of UNESCO again? Important. What is UNESCO? United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. Where is the headquarters of UNESCO? It is in Paris, France. And if you remember, in Paris, Olympic Games for the year 2024 will be taking place here. So coming back, There are a total of 193 members in UNESCO, and recently which country recently became a part of UNESCO again. That means they left UNESCO almost 5 years ago, and now they have again became a part of UNESCO. It is your United States of America. Correct? Earlier in June, USA officially notified their decision to rejoin UNESCO in the month of July 2023. Correct? Next thing, remember, as I mentioned, that 6 years before, 5 years ago, USA and their then president Donald Trump decided that they should leave or withdraw from UNESCO. And recently, again, after 5 years, USA became a part of UNESCO. Also remember, Joe Biden administration had already requested $150 billion for the 2024 budget to go towards UNESCO dues and areas. Then, if you remember, Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited USA, and there we discussed about multiple things. Say one of them was to have a joint, or they India and USA partnered to work on artificial intelligence. Then they partnered that, and in USA said that they will be developing or they will be manufacturing defense technology in India. That means our industries in India will be getting a major push, right? Then fertilizers. They said fertilizers and urea should be imported from India. Correct? Let's move on. You can see UNESCO accepted the USA back after 5 years, when after the presidency of Donald Trump, during the term of the presidency of Donald Trump in 2017, USA decided to withdraw from UNESCO. Next, banking and finance. Let's discuss some of the highlights of the SEBI board meeting. One was reduction of public issue list timeline. Second, broad board representation for the retail investors under the REITs and InvITs. What is this REITs and InvITs? And we have discussed this. Real estate investment trust and infrastructure investment trust. REITs are basically, you can, instead of buying, say for example, a person wants to buy a real estate, that can be house, that can be your commercial office space or commercial shops, right? Then there is infrastructure, that you can buy infrastructure for, say for example, NHAI, they are offering some bonds in these InvITs, right? You can buy the InvITs from them. So basically you are investing in real estate in through these medium. And the only drawback that I found in these REITs was, say for example, you bought a property for 10 lakh rupees, or say for example you bought a property for 1 crore rupees, and after 10 years the property appreciated to be of 4 crore rupees, right? So you plan on, and this property was generating a rent of 1 lakh rupees per month, right? This is a scenario, right? This is not the actual reality, but let's consider a scenario that the property you bought was of 1 crore rupees, and you were enjoying a rental income of 1 lakh rupees per month. After 10 years this property turned out to be of 4 crore rupees, right? So when you will sell this property, you will be getting 4 crore rupees, and for the 10 years you were enjoying a monthly rental of 1 lakh rupees plus the add-ons or the increment you made in the rent. Correct? So you will be having these 4 crore rupees, right? But in case of REITs, you invested, you didn't have 1 crore rupees, but you wanted to invest in a real estate sector, and you wanted to invest in real estate property. So you decided, let's buy a chunk of it, and in this REIT you invested 10 lakh rupees, right? So according to this, you were enjoying a rental income of 10,000 rupees per month, according to the same scenario of this property, where you were enjoying 1 lakh rupees rental for 1 crore. Correct? So this is right. But where is the difference came is, when this property appreciated from 1 crore rupees to 4 crore rupees in 10 years, your income or these 10 lakh rupees should have been 40 lakh rupees, right, according to this situation. But this is not the case in REITs. Only this is the drawback that I found in REIT, was you won't be enjoying the appreciation in the property. Like when the property appreciate and some person tries to sell it, or the person who is managing that REIT sells the property, then you won't be enjoying the appreciation benefit here. You will be getting your 10 lakh rupees back, and the rental income that you are enjoying will also stop. But the appreciation of 30 lakh rupees in this case will not be enjoyed by you. Correct? This is the only difference. So coming back to this topic, recently there was a on 29th of June, the board of SEBI has approved the series of decisions such as the reduction in the public issue listing timelines, introduction of regulation for non-convertible debt securities, then strengthening the investor grievance handling the mechanisms to improve the market inefficiency. Correct? Also remember, the board has approved the proposal for reducing the time period for listing of shares in a public issue from the existing 6 days to 3 days, right? The revised timeline is for 3 plus 3 days would be made applicable in 2 phases. Then SEBI has also approved the amendment to the SEBI Infrastructure Investment Fund, that is InvIT's regulation of 2014, as well as SEBI Real Estate Investment Trust for the regulation of 2014. It is to provide nomination rights to unit holders holding 10% or more of the total outstanding units of the InvIT or REIT, either individually or collectively, on the board of director of the investment. Correct? The sponsor who set up this REIT or InvIT monetizes its asset by transferring them to InvIT or REIT and exert control over the decision through a significant shareholding in the investment manager sector. Currently, SEBI regulation mandate that the sponsor should hold a minimum of 15% units for a period of at least 3 years from the date of listing of the unit. Next, which organization has approved $1 billion support to India's low carbon transition? So, which organization has approved $1.5 billion support to India's low carbon transition? It is your World Bank. Headquarters is in Washington DC, right? And this is the organization that has approved $1.5 billion in financing to accelerate the India's development of low carbon energy resources. And those energy resources are your solar energy, wind energy, right? Green hydrogen projects, right? If we talk about in these two sectors, which is the state that is the best performing, it is Rajasthan is best performing. So indirectly we can say which is the state in India that is performing the best in terms of renewable energy, that is of solar and wind energy. It is Rajasthan. But you should also know Kerala state has pledged that they will be becoming, or they will be shifting to 100% renewable energy by the year 2040, and their aim is to become carbon neutral by 2050. Similarly, we take the case of India. What is the target of India to become carbon neutral? It is 2070. Earlier there is a company also Renew. They also stated that they will become carbon, or they will make India carbon neutral by 2050, but that was say last year. But now the goals are changing, the scenario is changing with new technology. These goals can also be achieved in a quick or in a less time, right? Also remember, if we talk about this $1.5 billion support, this will assist in India in achieving their target of 500 gigawatt of renewable energy capacity by 2030. And remember, India, we are growing at a rapidly fast pace when all the countries are having either are in recession or they are clocking slow growth rate. We are growing at a very fast rate compared to the global average. As the economy continues to expand, the country's energy demand will also increase, and to align with the objective of achieving the net zero emissions by 2070, India aims to gradually phase out the use of fossil fuel based energy resources. Then World Bank, it was established in 1944. Headquarter we just saw in Washington DC. IMF's headquarter is also in Washington DC. Who became the 14th president of World Bank? He is Ajay Banga, and he was nominated for this position by Joe Biden, the president of USA. Right? Next. Next. Next is Appointments Committee of the Cabinet. ACC has approved the reappointment of Tushar Mehta as the Solicitor General of India for the second time. Right? His period will be for 3 years or until further orders, whichever is earlier. Remember, this is the second extension granted to Mehta, Tushar Mehta, by the government of India. Tushar Mehta has been serving as the Solicitor General of India since 10th October 2018. Right, in June 2020 he got his first extension. Now in 2023 he is getting his second extension. Correct? If we talk about him, as you can see him in the picture, he was born in 1962 in Gujarat and he started his career as a lawyer in 1987. Correct? Next. Appointment of Rajiv Kumar Mishra as the chairman and managing director approved by PTC India shareholders. Direct question. Power Trading Corporation of India Limited, their shareholders passed a resolution relating to the appointment of Rajiv Kumar Mishra as the company's chairman and managing director, right, with respect with the majority votes at the 7th extraordinary general meeting. Next. Next is which company completed first manned mission to space? Right, it is your Virgin Galactic. Right, Virgin Galactic, the space company that was founded by United Kingdom entrepreneur Richard Branson, successfully completed their first manned mission to the edge of space. The mission started at the Virgin Galactic spaceport in New Mexico, where the passengers were securely attached beneath the wing of the enormous twin fuselage mothership known as the Virgin Mothership Eve. Correct? So remember the name Virgin Galactic. Next is related to sports. 2023 Lausanne Diamond League. Right here, Neeraj Chopra has won in the javelin throw with 87.66 meter javelin throw. Correct? So for Lausanne Diamond League that was held in Switzerland, it was from on 29th and 30th of June. Right, in this the javelin throw event, Neeraj Chopra has won gold medal. Correct, and he threw the javelin at 87.66 meter. Right, important, take a note of it. Next, also remember, in September 2022 Neeraj Chopra became the first Indian who won this Diamond League title. Correct? Next is obituary. Alan Arkin, Oscar-winning Little Miss Sunshine actor, died at the age of 89. As you can see him in the picture, he is veteran US actor Alan Arkin. He passed away recently at the age of 89 in California, USA. Next, National Doctors Day. When do we observe this day? National Doctors Day is observed on 1st of July. Right? This day is observed every year to honor the valuable contributions of doctors and the health professionals in India. The day also commemorates the birth and the as well as the death anniversary of Bharat Ratna Dr. Bidhan Chandra Roy, that is your BC Roy. Correct, he was a physician and one of the most influential designers of the India's contemporary healthcare system. Right, the theme for this National Doctors Day, you can remember, it is celebrating resilience and healing hands. I repeat, celebrating resilience and healing hands. And this day, National Doctors Day, was observed for the first time on 1st of July in 1991. Right, and it is observed by IMA, that is your Indian Medical Association. This IMA was started in 1928 and the headquarter of this IMA is in New Delhi. Next day is National CA Day, that is your Chartered Accountants Day. This day is observed also on the 1st of July. So both National Doctors Day and National Chartered Accountants Day observed on 1st of July. This day is observed by ICAI, right? And it was observed from 1949. Since 1949 we are observing this day, so we can say in the year 2023 India, or we observed the 75th anniversary of this ICAI, correct? Then what is the theme of it? This ICAI was established, right? Don't get confused. National Chartered Accountants Day is observed by ICAI. It was established in 1949, and in 2023 it was the 75th anniversary of the ICAI, correct? Then the theme for this National Chartered Accountants Day, it is empowering financial excellence. I repeat, empowering financial excellence. Next is, and remember, this was the 75th National Chartered Accountants Day also, as it was observed by ICI, that was formed in 1949. Next is 6th edition of GST Day, that is Goods and Service Tax Day. This is annually observed across the India on 1st of July, and it marks the 6th edition. So we can say that GST tax came when, in which year? It came in 2017, and since then we are observing this GST Day, and every year on 1st of July we observe this GST Day, correct? Next is your Anurag Verma. It is related to state news. Anurag Verma has been appointed as the new Chief Secretary of Punjab. I repeat, Anurag Verma, a senior Indian Administrative Service officer, took charge as the 42nd Chief Secretary of Punjab in Chandigarh, Punjab. Anurag Verma will succeed Vijay Kumar Januja, who retired on 30th of June, and Anurag Verma served as the additional Chief Secretary of Punjab. Right? So these are your important current affairs for the day. Now let's go for a quick revision. Government has raised the interest rate on selected small saving schemes up to 3.03% for second quarter of fiscal year 24. Ministry of Defence signed a contract of rupees 2725 crore with MDL for INS Shankush. Power Ministry notified Carbon Credit Trading Scheme 2023 to develop India's first domestic carbon market. KAPP3, that is India's first indigenous 700 megawatt electric nuclear reactor, commenced commercial operations in Gujarat. India's rank is 126 out of 163 countries in Global Peace Index released by IEP. UNESCO has accepted US back after 5 years. Then highlights of SEBI board meetings you can directly read. World Bank approved $1.5 billion support to India's low carbon transition. ACC reappointed Tushar Mehta as the SGI for second term. Appointment of Rajiv Kumar Mishra as chairman and managing director approved by PTC India shareholders. Virgin Galactic completed first manned mission to space. 2023 Lausanne Diamond League. In this, Neeraj Chopra won gold medal. Alan Arkin, Oscar-winning actor, recently passed away at 89. National Doctors Day on 1st of July. 75th National Chartered Accountants Day on 1st of July. 6th GST Day on 1st of July. And GST came in 2017. Then Anurag Verma appointed as the new Chief Secretary of Punjab. So these are your revision current affairs. Let's move to some revision of previous days. Say for example, International Asteroid Day is observed on 30th of June. Mary Kom named as the Global Indian Icon at the UK India Awards. Important. Next, Hurun Institute's Ask Private Wealth Hurun report was released, and it stated that India's startup ecosystem is slowing down. Next, National Statistics Day. It is observed on 29th of June, and it is your 17th edition of the National Statistics Day. Next is your French DAG test fired VMAX hypersonic glider technology for the first time. So these were your revision part. Let's move to the homework section now. First, Kyriakos Mitsotakis or K. Mitsotakis has been elected as the Prime Minister of which country? Done in our daily current affairs. Second, what is the rank of India in the WC's Global Competitiveness Index? Third, which bloc has conducted a joint military drill named Solidarity exercise. So these are your 3 homework question, friends, and I want to see maximum comments of these homework questions, right? If we are not getting these comments, if you are not commenting below the answer of these homework questions, then what is the need for me to deliver these questions to you, right? I want to see maximum participation. I want to see maximum children who are watching this video to comment below the answer of these 3 questions. There are just 3 questions, right? So I want to see maximum participation. Then do like the video if you enjoyed our session. This will motivate me to make better content for you in the long run. So that's all for the day, friends. Thank you and have a nice day. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairscloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is Affairscloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.